Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction or read-through for Ichi the Witch chapters 9 onward. I'm not 100% sure how many I will do. It depends. I'm going to go for like 30 minutes or so and just, be happy with however many I get from there. I have been loving the series so far. I'm really excited to see more of it. The characters and everything were so fun last time. I had some ideas about thinking that maybe Komugi was going to get the Hisame magic, but we'll see where it goes. We could just be stacking a bunch of magics onto Ichi. That seems like the general vibe that we're getting, but I do love the aspect that it's not just a straight up fight, and also at the beginning we get to see that, in a straight up fight, Ichi would have just zapped it, but you need to pass whatever the magic's trial is, which is something that I really, really like about the series and the world so far. So either way, with all that aside, I want to start with reading chapter 9, and then, we'll talk about things as we go through. So we start with the Hisame magic. The trial it has presented is to make it look fabulous. And we have a frontispiece. Ninth Hunt, the Hisame magic part 3. I'll like it if we get frontispieces like this for a lot of the chapters. Like with the basic idea of the chapter or whatever, and just the characters doing something kind of related to it. Then we see the Witch Cadet Komugi, ready. If you want to make something look fancy, you must go with flowers. And then I acquired them. We have the little Descaras panel, and the armband says records on it, says the translator note. I love the style as well. The character designs, the little comedy chibi bits, they're so, so good. Then we see there, beautiful and colorful. Add a drape of some fabric that's fashionable in Natali right now, and done. The Komugi brand, fabulously gorgeous ensemble, and we see Hisame all dressed up. Literal garbage. No imagination, and these flowers are like way too loud. What is this anyway? A funeral god? A funeral? God, use all the nice props you want, but if your fashion sense is garbage, it's all garbage. You fail, and all the arrows are stabbing in. Shake it off, Mugi. It'll be okay. Master Descaras. Sit back and let the goat handle this. Oh, now that's better. Let's see what lovely fashion you... Listen up, Hisame. True beauty doesn't come from appearances. We're going to have the speech from Descaras. Descaras is going to beauty talk no jutsu. No matter how fabulous or how gorgeous you make yourself look, if you're ugly on the inside, you can't call yourself a true beauty. True beauty comes from inside the heart. And I love that almost every panel of Descaras, she's like purposefully trying to aura farm. She's like purposefully making facial expressions and like posing so that whoever looks at her will think about her a certain way. I love it so much. Descaras is my favorite character so far. That's not what I'm talking about. I told you to dress me up. That's it. Descaras is down. I'm so not here for any of that preachy idealistic trash. And then we see pop garbage. Just balloons and cutesy stuff. I wonder, too, though, if the Hisame magic just has a very, very, very bad fashion sense. So, because, of how sort of ugly its ice castle looks and everything. So what if you need to, also have a bad fashion sense? Trendy garbage. Postmodern. This is the best attempt yet, but it's still garbage. Then, it's not like I have all day. I'm a busy magic. I'll give Witch Boy over there one more shot, but that's it. What? Feel that and I'll move on to the next village. But, I still love Descaras in the background. Oh, but before I leave, I'll have to turn you all into ice cubes. It'd be a waste not to. I think I'll freeze the Abyssal Witch into a desk shape, and I'll do the Witch Boy the favor of making him into a chair. He'll make for some killer interior design, and the paneling is so good. I love the art here. Oh, right, you exist. I don't need you. Komugi just taking even more emotional damage. Time out. I'll allow it. Are you okay? Again, I love too how this is just being treated like a game. Oh my gosh, what do we do now? Making it fabulous is just too abstract. or just to abstract a concept. This is so hard. Pretty much, and what counts and what doesn't is entirely its personal opinion. At this rate, we'll all end up as blocks of ice. And we only have one more chance. Ichi? And he's muttering to himself. Inner beauty, gorgeousness, dressing up. I want to try something. I love this page with the large panel here of Ichi looking really good, and then the bottom with Komugi and Descaras. No. Can you make something like her? Can you make something like this? We have ignoring her. What's that? Then make it as big as you can, or make it as big as you can too. Then add this and do that. God, what a total disappointment. Both the strongest witch and the witch boy too. Maybe I should just go on to the next village already. So even the Majiks are like talking about Descaras being the strongest. After this trash, I'll need to watch some humans struggle and suffer as they freeze as a palate cleanser. Hisame, I'm ready. And we see shirtless Ichi, and also I guess technically pantsless Ichi as well. All the scars are very cool. And then we have fishing outfit Descaras, and also I guess fishing outfit Komugi. I guess not even really fishing outfit, just sort of their normal outfits are so complex, and this is just sort of like the lower layers with the fishing headbands. Aha, I see. You're going for sex appeal. Bring it on. No, actually. If it's not that, what is it? Are you going to bring out a pole and start dancing? What in the world are you? And then he puts the knife in the water again. Inazuri. Gah! And zaps it again. That attack again? How utterly uninspiring. I knew he was a disappointment. And then he dives in while Hisame's mouth is open. Oh my god. What in the world? No, really. What is he thinking? Inazuri. And we have the jolt from within. First, a little shallow cut, right along the spine. Then again, and again, deeper and bolder each time. No way. You're not going to. Is he going to make Hisame into sushi? He slices Ichi style. Blind fish filleting. And this is kind of pretty morbid after spending all this time joking around with Hisame to carving it up. Okay, I'm not finished yet. Kind of a morbid finisher here. But also cool that he can imbue the knife with Inazuri to make kind of like a lightning sword. Very cool. Very Kuwabara. Okay. Sick chapter though. The series is so fun. I keep laughing. I love just the fun, adventure, and comedy of it all. It's so good, and it only works so well and is so good because for something to have that kind of writing, you need to be able to rely on the characters too. And Ichi is just so insane and out there that he is great. And then Komugi is just so enjoyable too, and Descaras, as I've said before, is my favorite. Oh my god, it's so good. And then Hisame as well, just as a character, has been really entertaining, really fun. But with all that aside, that was Chapter 9 down. Let's go check out Chapter 10. Chapter 10 actually starts with a flashback. One day, years ago, I was walking along the mountain slope near the beach. 10th Hunt, Hisame Magic Part 4. There I saw a gigantic fish, and then suddenly, a gigantic man popped out of its gut. Okay, weird. Cool though. I actually screamed. Yeah! He said his name was Minakata. He was a traveling fisher. He came from a small island country to the east and was traveling around the world to catch and record all its fish. He told me he always wanted to try filleting a fish from the inside, but getting caught doing it would be too embarrassing. That's why he came to the mountains to practice alone. He was definitely weird, but he was also wild and full of life. Minokata's stories were fun and dynamic. I liked them. I learned a lot from him too. Types of fish, how to catch them, how to dress them, even ritual dances to pray for a big catch. Sometimes our opinions would clash, and then we'd clash physically, smacking each other around. But all in all, the time we spent together was fulfilling. Of all the things that he taught me, his home country's cooking was what I found most impressive. I was struck by one of his recipes in particular. According to him, it was a special dish, where you show your respect and gratitude to the fish you catch by dressing them neatly, then displaying them beautifully. He showed this one to me as a celebration of meeting me. Minakata, thank you. Then I've taken your teaching start. I thought he said Minokata earlier. No, just Minakata. It's always been Minakata. Okay, never mind. Minakata, thank you. I've taken your teachings to heart. Bring the boat. I grant thee shape, Barak. And then it's created. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth are plated. Now, the decoration. And finally, a single flower. Ichi style. Done. Deluxe Hisame sashimi boat. All right. And then both of them look horrified in the background. Just so done. So over it. Enjoy. I recommend dipping each bite in the special sauce and condiment. What in the world? My whole body. It's literally the best ever. Gorgeous, magnificent, stunning, even fashionably grotesque. Every last inch of my body, both inside and out, is on fabulous display. A new, fresh sensation. I can't think of a single negative thing to say. I lose. Ichi the Witch, what a formidable man. I think I wouldn't mind letting you take me out on a date. And then it becomes the magic stone. Hisame's magic stone. Okay, so now he's going to have lightning and ice powers, which is a cool first two elements to get. I can't eat this. My sashimi boat. You can quit acting even dumber than you are now. Then, and could you please put real clothes back on? Oh, geez. Well, that was overwhelming. Thanks. Our anti-human hater magic squad missions, are they all going to be... Oh, hell no. I thought not. First and foremost, who'd think of jumping down a magic's gullet to chop it up from the inside? True, one wrong step and you could easily wind up dead. Phew, this won't be the norm. Ah well, because he is the way he is, there are things that only he can do. Yeah, having that different perspective is what allowed him to do this. Things only Ichi can do? Like what? Mostly really dumb things, probably. Oh, really? Okay, time to head home. Huh? But the villagers, and that also might be like a part of the main theme of the story. Ichi is unique and special because he's him, because he's him, because he's Ichi. He can do things that other people don't. He's seeing things from a different perspective that the witch world isn't used to, because he's somebody who was disconnected from the world of witches and magic, who never even dreamed as a guy that he would have witches and magic. And I think that's another thematic importance of making all of the witches women and having him be the only man who gets powers, is showing, they all have a similar perspective and a similar way that they've seen things. And now Ichi's coming in as somebody who's the only man who has a different upbringing, has, a different place that he's been through and everything. And also he's just a very, very different guy. And personally, isolating him on the mountain and everything, also isolating him from the rest of the world adds to this too. It's about showing a different perspective to the witches. Oh, really? Okay, time to head home. But the villagers? Chrissy! And they start running in. Dad? Mom? Chrissy. Oh, thank goodness. The villagers. While you were working on the fish dressing, I ducked over to cast defrosting and healing spells on everyone. Phew. They should probably all have a doctor look at them, but nobody died. Too damn thorough. And that's Uroro. Master Descaras, you're amazing, right? Ichi, my mom and dad came back. Everyone else did too. Thank you for rescuing us, Ichi. I'm happy for you too, Chrissy. Ichi? Who? He's a witch. A witch who's also a boy. A boy witch. Was he the one who acquired the Hisame magic? Or he was the one who acquired the Hisame magic? He did? Really? That's amazing. Please, let us thank you. No, first, everyone should see a doctor. Gotta melt all the ice around the village, too. Anyway, Ichi the Witch finished his first mission, and acquired the Hisame magic. I know, we can make a sashimi boat in celebration. What boat? You just want to eat sashimi. Okay, very good arc. I have had so much fun. I love these like early shonen arcs, like toward the beginning, and I really hope that the series doesn't rush too much. I think that shonen are the best when they take their time, when they have these, early arcs, when we just like develop and spend time with the characters, going through their lives and everything. It's so good, and I feel like that's something that Jump has missed out on when, like, way back in, 90s, 2000s and everything, you used to have all of these shonen where they would really take their time, really develop things out, and one of the issues I feel like Jump has had is, I mentioned it a lot, especially when I was doing Jump Week and everything, and I mentioned it with this too, is whenever there's something good, it feels like it needs to rush because it's going to get cut in like 20 chapters. I said all the time back when I was doing Jump Week, I was like, if Naruto started today, like Naruto I think is the most watched anime ever, like Netflix said something about that recently or something like that. Naruto would not have made it out of the tuning exams. If it started in Jump today, they would not give it that kind of time. If One Piece started today in Jump, it would not be making it out of Syrup Village if it even made it to Syrup Village. And One Piece, again, the biggest manga of all time, really. So, again, there's this impatience problem, I feel like, with Jump. And it feels like even the big successful Jump shonen that we get recently, even the big successful ones, really have to like push their pacing, especially in the early game. And that leads to either things, struggling a little in towards the like middle to end game. And even the big, most successful ones, I don't think they, like, for the most part, make it that long. I don't remember how long Jujutsu Kaisen made it to. It might have made it a bit over 200. You've got, what was the other that I was thinking of? Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer, I don't think made it to 200. That was only 100 some chapters, right? So again, even these massively successful ones, it just feels like, and I don't know if Demon Slayer was Jump or not. I'm assuming it was Jump. Like, even these big successful ones really, really get the pacing pushed. And so I'm enjoying this a lot, and it makes me hope that the pacing doesn't get rushed too much, because I just feel like modern Jump has a big problem with that. I did want to mention too at the end of last chapter, actually, that making it to the end of this arc makes me really excited, because now, I was having a ton of fun with the Hisame magic stuff, but that means that we get to move on to a new segment of the story. We get new things again, which is going to be exciting. So we have 11th Hunt Witches Conference. And then we have a color frontispiece of Kumugi. Okay, just taking it in. Now then, Monogold the Aureate Witch. I hereby convene this witches' conference. And we have Monogold, and then Shirabadana is the one. So I'm trying to take everyone in. We've got Monogold at the desk, a maybe assistant or something behind her. Then the one speaking is Shirabadana. We have a big mirror, and then 8 smaller mirrors. The big topic on the agenda is, you guessed it, and we see Shirabadana, the analytic witch. And I love the, I keep saying I love the designs and everything, but I love the author box designs here too. And we see somebody sitting back smoking. Is that, okay, that is just Monogold, just a more comedic chibi version of her in the background. And on the big mirror, they're using that as like their PowerPoint display. They're showing off Mr. Ichi the Boy Witch. So I guess maybe the smaller 8 mirrors are going to be like 8 really important witches that make it to the meeting or whatever. According to the report they provided, we see Descartes' big adventure, Battle vs. Hisame, the true hero in the shadows, written by Descartes. We have a full, cover for it and everything. And we see on standby and reporting in. So Descartes is one of the smaller mirrors, or at least is just a mirror floating around behind Shirabadana. And the big mirror, of course, is showing Ichi and Komugi. Ahem. According to the report my student Komugi provided, the cover's tossed away. Ichi successfully acquired. Okay, so she's tossing out the report that was basically like a manga story by Descartes, and instead reading the report provided by Komugi. Ichi successfully acquired the Hisame magic. Now, along with the Uroro magic and the Inazuri and Inazuri the Raiko magic, he's acquired a total of 3 magics. As all of us are full-fledged witches, you know well that while power level and compatibility may cause some differences, hunting magics is neither an easy nor fast process. Even the fastest acquisitions take at least a week. And we have Descartes reaching through the mirror to pick her manga back up. Some take a year, even 2 or more. We have records of magic hunts which took over a decade, but Mr. Ichi has acquired 3 magics in a mere 2 weeks. To summarize, the rate at which he's acquiring magics is abnormally fast. Thanks to his background as a standard hunter, he brings a fresh perspective to magic hunting. His techniques are positively revolutionary. I'm gonna go hunt something. Back soon. What? Well, he does have Descartes as a tutor. Of course, this immediately makes her proud. His results are still spectacular for a new witch. But more importantly, the villagers were effusively thankful for his aid. In the recorded image, there was no suspicion of him as a male witch, no mistrust. They were honestly grateful and regarded him as their savior. That's proof that the public at large is capable of accepting a male witch. Thus, I would like to make a proposal. We no longer need to keep Ichi the Witch's existence secret. I suggest we officially announce it to the entire world. But would that cause more men to be like, hey, if he can do it, maybe I can give it a try? The whole world? Yes. And also that'll probably draw in enemies, though, too. People who do want to take him to experiment on him or whatever else. Again, you would figure that there would be groups of guys in the world who are like, guys naturally have less power in this world than women, which leads to women running a lot of things, so they would want to use him to try to grab power. And there would be groups of women that would be like, hold on. This is a witch's world, and, you know, a male witch is a threat to the status quo. We need to take him out to maintain the status quo. You would think there would be lots of groups that would want to use him or to destroy him for various reasons. The whole world? Yes, I call it the might as well make an official announcement because finding excuses after he's outed would suck plan. Then, we're already dealing with a ton of annoying questions as it is. Yeah, people everywhere are kind of already gossiping. Right, Monogold? True. Who acquired the Uroro magic? Where did the enormous forest that suddenly appeared on Druid Mountain come from? The inquiries from various agencies have been endless. We're afraid we cannot ascertain all the details. However, we will present a full report in time. And we have what she said. Then we have, in that fashion, we've relied on Master Monogold's imposing aura to tell them we're working on it. But that excuse won't hold much longer. Ah, you intimidated them into silence. Gotcha, not bad. I too am being worked to death over it. Please help. I want a vacation. Monogold's secretary, Circos. You may withdraw. Circos. Then, as you wish. Ah, well, instead of spending our effort fending off various inquiries, perhaps it'd be more efficient to debut him and simply handle the fallout. Also, the comedy here, from some of the stuff Shirabadana said, like the plan name and everything, to now this moment with Circos was amazing. I love how well written and how constant the comedy is. then there's big benefits for the association if we do it too. As the organization to which the world's first male witch belongs, the name of the Mantinel Witches Association would echo far and wide. Okay, and here I was thinking that Mantinel was kind of the only one, in which case, this is really cool, because that means there are other witches associations that could also be enemies because either they want to use him or they want to stop him because it gives an advantage to Mantinel. And also it could mean that maybe, again, there are more male witches and they're like, okay, the first male witch, Mantinel Witches Association, and then some of the other witches associations are like, phew, we don't have to keep it a secret anymore. Yeah, we have a couple too. Then I think this is a good idea. Let's make an announcement. Sure, let's do it. Toss him out into the world. If it breaks him, then he didn't have what it takes in the first place. I approve of this idea as well. If everyone else thinks it's a good idea, then I guess, yeah. I really like, again, we saw 8 mirrors there. I would love if we got a little bit more into the organization of the Witches Association and stuff. Like, who are the most important, who are like leaders or in leadership positions, who are the members, things like that. I'd love to learn more about stuff like that. Then, alright, it sounds like general opinion is in favor. And a hand reaches out through the mirror and stabs their wand into it. River of Ice. Nord. And they're an ice user? Okay. I oppose. The Silver Snow Witch. Chikutoge Toge Ice. Is it Toge Ice or Toge Ise? I wonder. Hold on. Once I get done reading this chapter, I might go look at the Japanese. Then Toge Ice. I'm back here. And then looking the wrong direction. Yes, he was accepted, but it was only in one isolated village. Jumping from there straight to exposing that walking cause for concern to the world, without any guarantee he's 100% safe, no, it's too risky. Whoa, like nothing even happened. And then, he needs more than fieldwork. He needs a proper education in magic theory and technique at the Mantinel Magic School for Girls. He does lack traditional magic learning, no denying that. And we see what's going on here with him and Kamugi. Shirabadana. I approved his instatement as a witch, because I have faith in your discerning eye, but I have no such faith in him as a person. Just the fact that he's accompanied by as sloppy and irresponsible a witch as Descaras is enough to make me anxious. With all due respect, we have the extremely angry Descaras. He isn't the kind of critter who'll calmly sit in class and listen to somebody lecture him like a good boy. Give him a book and he's just as likely to use it for a campfire to cook fish. That's precisely why I say he needs proper training and how to behave as a witch. Waste of time. With his breed, it's quicker to let him loose out in the mountains and say, "Fetch, boy." We're talking about a human and not a dog, correct? We still just have Monogold listening into all of this. Real-world practice? It's best to have him hunt, and then hunt some more. You only say that because you're incapable of any nuanced instruction. I'd be a much better teacher for him, says the one who screwed up her own entrance. What was saying, "I'm opposed," and showing up facing the opposite direction supposed to be a joke? Let's say yes. Liar. Allow me to supervise his instruction. I shall be strict and thorough. And we have the 7-3 side part Ichi. He'll become a respectable witch that would make anyone proud. Nope, nah, too creepy. He needs practical real-world training. Free range is best. No, he should undergo an exam at the research center and then learn magic theory in a proper class. Practical training, proper education. He kind of probably should get both. Practical training, proper education. And I feel like he already has a lot of the practical training. Okay. How about we decide it with a contest? I love this little chibi blob Shirabadana. We'll make it the next magic hunt. If Toge Ice can acquire the magic first, then we'll say Ichi requires more training and enroll him into an educational program. but if Ichi acquires the magic before Toga Ice, we'll formally acknowledge his abilities and announce his existence to the world. I feel like this isn't a very good way to solve it, though. Good. Let's do that. What? He sneezes. Are you okay, Ichi? Yeah. What? Sick? Good. Let me make it worse. We have Urono coming in. And so, after much debate, the challenge was decided upon without Ichi any the wiser. And then hum-hum-de-dum, we have hum-de-doo. Boy, the woods sure have been noisy lately. Are there some witches running around? Maybe. Oh well, they'll all go straight for the human hater magics anyway. It's not my problem. Why would it be? I'm not causing anybody any bother at all. Lady Witch, please protect our town from these enormous mushrooms. The challenge will take place in Hoitaka. And then we see both contestants have arrived. Very cool. I love the squad here as well that came with Toga Ice. Very cool. Very fun. Man. I don't know whether I should end here. I guess I should. It's over 30 minutes. And I shouldn't be in a rush to read through too much because there's only like 40 some chapters, like 43 chapters or something like that. So it's not like it's going to be a long time before I catch up. This is just supposed to be, I want to just do a read through every day. So instead of crazy pushing, if I need to just chill with it, just chilling is fine. But I do want to go look at Toga Ice's name in Japanese. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna go look at that. Yeah, it is just Chiku Toga Ice. So Chiku Toga Ice. Okay, so either way, I guess I'll end here. Thank you so much for watching. I loved these chapters. The Hisame magic arc was so fun. It's going to be fun to see what happens next with the mushroom magic. That's a crazy third one to go to and everything. And we're kind of having him with his new ice powers facing off against, I guess, a snow user. I guess maybe the one who has the snow magic. So all of that, very, very fun and enjoyable. We got some more world building stuff. I can't wait to learn more about the Witches Association and everything. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. If you'd like to help support the channel by sharing around or dropping a super thanks, it's really, really appreciated. And if you want to help support the channel and also get One Piece Bingo a bit early and get your name at the end of videos here, in addition to helping support and everything, you can hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you to people who are already members and patrons. Thank you to chosen regulars Evan Hawley and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls, JA and the D-Band, Cheriton Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Elements, Pater Deal, and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you for your support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.